the NFL on EA Sports. And the spotlight is on the MVP of Super Bowl 56, Cooper Kupp. Now the single-season record holder for receiving with a shot at going over 2,000 yards. It's the Rams and the Packers on Monday night.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, we put a bow on Week 15 with a good Monday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Green Bay Packers. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things. But take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slots that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. But one of his best friends is a world-ranked tennis player. And he talked about serves and how you change up, take pace off, do different things. And he incorporated that into his route running.
From the 29, Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Now a play fake it at Stafford. He'll buy some time right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we see right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Pilardi now on the punt as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On now is the Packers punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On first down at Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Going right back to Akers.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't it?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Aaron Jones, not one of the bigger backs in the league, 5'9", 208, but he's definitely what you'd call a downhill runner, and he's able to shed the tacklers there for good yardage.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
On 1st down, Rodgers.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Jet sweep. Here's Watson.
And able to work his way down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Here's Rodgers.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. It's a gain of 4 that time, and it'll give the Packers a first down.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Watkins on the jet sweep. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Sammy Watkins, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers have got it back to within a score. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
Parkey adds the extra point, and it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Ready. Here's Stafford. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Robinson's got him. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A couple of vets, Stafford to Robinson there. 1st down Rams.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards.
And it's Allen Robinson who caps things off with a touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Watkins.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that last one makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Watkins. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 17-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Randall Cobb from 8 yards out. And the Packers are back within a score. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting one so much for that. They pass it, they score.
That's on the field, and the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had to feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Now Parkey for the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his 3rd touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down?
Yep.
So right now, instead of warp speed,
Snail's pace.
Oh, snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants. Feels like he has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. 66 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Going to run the sweep here. This is Cup. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here hauled in by Cup.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Throwing is Stafford.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford over the middle and complete to the tight end Higbee. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 36. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. And he wisely will throw that one away.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 and the 34.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford.
Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, in this part of the game, the 4th quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Up the middle, it's Williams. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Akers.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
And now here in this situation, a field goal will still have them only up by 1 score, so I would think about going for it. Even if you don't get in, you put your defense in a really nice spot, making the offense go the long way to try and score.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. A big opportunity to tie it with 3 or take the lead with a touchdown. Their defense definitely did their part with that pivotal 4th down stop. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
We talk about setting a tone or beginning a drive. That run was absolutely textbook. I'm telling you, partner, now they're not just thinking about an easy drive. They're thinking about maybe taking it downfield.
Now started at their 2. Now they've got a heavy amount of breathing room. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Up the middle, Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Again, it's Jones.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
And we're going to look at Cooper Kupp as the Rams offense gets ready to take over possession.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's what really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Stafford.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Stafford.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Stafford on 1st down.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Again, it's Stafford. Well, that'll be caught by Kupp.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Akers.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. From the 50, Stafford. They'll get this one to Cup, complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
A 9-yard gain on the play.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Stafford now to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick in the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and that will keep this a 3-point game. Maybe an important 4th quarter miss as this stays a 3-point game.
Yeah, now overtime is very much in the equation here. Just what you mentioned, a 3-point game. They get a drive, put it through the post. We could have some free football, couldn't we?
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw is Rodgers. This is complete to Watkins on the slant.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
The give to the fullback on the dive.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and that leads to a Green Bay first. Rodgers going to throw.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Now Rodgers.
Right side to Watson.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 27-yard line. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And if you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on 3rd down and move it closer. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Jones, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones
with career touchdown number 70.
And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Perky with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So now Stafford and the Rams down 28-24, a little under 2.5 to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. On first down, Stafford here. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Throwing again on second down. Stafford, pass complete to Robinson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on third down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Stafford now to throw. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Stafford. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Stafford. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also fourth. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. Now it's Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. 2-2 Atwell. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. To the back. too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his helmet. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked him a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Desperation time for Stafford on fourth down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a foot. I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stays.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. On second down, it's Jones. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break charge. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Packers, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for L.A., their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.